Al-IyamoyeTv Radio, Voice of the Voiceless.
Good afternoon. This is the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. I am MODUPE AKINYOSOYE. Here are the top stories. President Tinubu emerges ECOWAS chairman. Court orders federal government to account for $5 billion recovered Abacha loot. In business, leather products and machines worth over 3 billion naira destroyed as fire raises Aba market. On the foreign scene, 6 dead in China kindergarten stabbing. In sports, Nigeria's D Tigers beat Mali in 2023 FIBA Afro CAN Group Opener. Details of this and more coming up shortly. Welcome back. Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has emerged as the new chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. President Tinubu's emergence was announced at the 63rd Ordinary Session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of ECOWAS on Sunday in Bissau, capital of Guinea-Bissau. Speaking after his emergence, President Tinubu noted that insecurity and creeping terrorism were stunting the progress and development of the region. He warned that a threat to peace in the sub-region had reached an alarming proportion, with terrorism and an emerging pattern of military takeover that now demand urgent and concerted actions. The Nigerian leader called for a collective action from the member states, pledging that under his leadership, frameworks would be harmonized to actualize the dreams of ECOWAS. The Department of State Services, DSS, says its operatives did not raid the offices of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, and Code of Conduct Bureau. The secret police also said no file was carted away from the two government agencies, as claimed by some sections of the media. In a statement on Sunday, DSS spokesman Peter Afunaya also said viral reports that the service snooped on judges on the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal were false. The DSS said the allegations lack factual basis or credibility and were figment of the creators' imaginations. The Police Service Commission has approved the dismissal of 7 police officers over misconduct and abuse of office. The Commission spokesperson Ikechukwu Ani disclosed this in a statement on Sunday, saying the decision was taken at the 21st plenary of the Commission, which was presided over by Justice Clara Ogunbiyi, on behalf of the Commission Chairman Solomon Arase. Beside the dismissal of the officers, 9 other officers were reduced in rank, including a commissioner of police. The Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the federal government to provide the details of how it spent about $5 billion loot recovered from the late head of state, General Sani Abacha. Justice James Omotosho gave the order last week while delivering judgment on the Freedom of Information suit filed by the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP. The judge said the government must provide the details within 7 days of the judgment. The court, according to a statement on Sunday by SERAP, ordered the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to disclose the exact amount of money stolen by Abacha from Nigeria and the total amount of Abacha loot recovered. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, says 2 church officials have been arrested in Ogun State for drug trafficking. In a statement on Sunday, NDLEA spokesperson Femi Babafemi said the suspects were officials at Christ Mercyland Deliverance Ministries in Delta State. He said they were operating a factory where different dangerous drugs were produced in Ogun. Babafemi said the suspects, identified as Adewale Ayeni and Ebi Pakebina Apiu, were arrested alongside 4 other persons. Governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, has commended the former Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, for making the state during the last administration. The Governor Abiodun gave the commendation this Sunday at a public Thanksgiving and appreciation reception organized in honor of the former vice president by the Kenya Development Association at the Kenya local government. Governor Abiona described Professor Shibajo as a man of impeccable character whose 8 years in office engendered positive development to the entire country. In their separate remarks at the event, Governor of Bayelsa, Doye Diri, his Edo State counterpart, Godwin Obasaki, and former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, described Shibajo as a detribalized man who served the nation meritoriously. Responding, Professor Shibajo thanked Nigerians for appreciating his contribution to the growth of the country during his days in office. Governor of Plateau, Caleb Muftiang, has imposed a 24-hour curfew on Mango local government area of the state following incessant attacks by suspected gunmen. 9 people were killed, with houses and properties razed when gunmen attacked the community in the local government on Saturday night. In a statement signed by the governor's director of press and public affairs, Gyang bear the decision to impose the curfew and was taken after consultation with the State Security Council. As a result of a stay-at-home order, movements within the local government area have been banned until further notice, except security personnel and persons of essential duties. You are listening to the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Still to come, business, foreign and sport news. Please do stay with us. Welcome back to the rest of the news. In business and economic news, leather products, raw materials and machines worth over 3 billion naira were destroyed on Saturday night by fire in Abia State. The fire outbreak affected over 30 shops at the Mansion Zone block of the Powerline Leather Products Industrial Cluster. Chairman of the affected block in the industrial cluster, Ugochukwu Onwachukwu, told newsmen on Sunday that more than 500 workers were working in the affected shops. Onwachukwu said the fire was put out after the Abia Fire Service arrived from Umuahia, the state capital, about an hour after the incident. On the foreign scene, Gabon's President Ali Bongo Ondimba said on Sunday that he would seek a third term as head of state. The 64-year-old told a crowd of supporters in a speech broadcast live on his Facebook page. Bongo took over from his father, Omar Bongo Ondimba, the country's ruler, for 41 years in 2009. The president, who was narrowly re-elected in 2016, suffered a stroke in 2018 and spent months on the sidelines recovering. Pope Francis said on Sunday he would appoint 21 new cardinals from across the world at the end of September. The upcoming Assembly of Cardinals, scheduled for September 30 and known as a consistory, will be the night for Pope Francis. Pope Francis' new choices are closely watched as an indication of the future direction of the Catholic Church and its priorities for 1.3 billion faithful. Cardinals under the age of 80 will participate in the vote to nominate the successor to Francis. Still on the foreign scene, 6 people have been killed and 1 injured in a stabbing in the kindergarten in China's southeastern Guangdong province. Police said they have arrested a 25-year-old man and are investigating the cause of the attack. They have not reviewed any details about the victims but called it a case of intentional assault. The attack happened on this Monday at 7:40 local time. In the world of sport, Nigeria's D Tigers pipped Mali in their opening Group B game at the second edition of the 2023 FIBA African Open in Angola. The Tigers emerged victorious with a 62-66 point win over the Malians on Sunday. I beg your pardon, I take that again. The Tigers emerged victorious with a 62-56 points over the Malians on Sunday. Up next for the Tigers is a tough fixture against host Angola on Monday in the three-team group. The second edition of the FIBA African kicked off on Saturday, July 8 and will end on July 16. The competition is open only to players playing for basketball clubs based in Africa. To end the world news, a quick recap of the headlines. President Bola Tinubu has emerged as new ECOWAS chairman. We reported that court ordered federal government to account for $5 billion recovered Abacha's loot. In business news, we said leather products, machines worth over 3 billion naira destroyed as fire razed Aba market. On the foreign scene, 6 dead in China kindergarten stabbing. And in sports, we reported the Nigerian D Tigers beat Mali in 2023 FIBA African Group Opener. The World News was edited and produced by Oluwafisayomi Ajibola. For more news and updates, you can follow us on our social media platform as Facebook, www.facebook.com/Al-IyamoyeTv Radio, on Twitter at Al-IyamoyeTV Radio, on Instagram at IyamoyeTV. You can also stream live by logging on to our website www.Al-IyamoyeTVRadio.com. Thank you so much for listening. I am MODUPE AKINYOSOYE. Good afternoon.